Our Earth, a vibrant sphere suspended in the vastness of space, is a bright blue jewel, teeming with life and wonder. A swirling canvas of blues, greens, and browns, it's a testament to the incredible forces that have shaped it over billions of years. From the deepest ocean trenches to the highest mountain peaks, our planet is a place of unparalleled beauty and complexity. It's a unique oasis in the cosmos, a place we call home. But it wasn't always this way. Imagine a time when the Earth was a fiery, desolate wasteland, a far cry from the lush, vibrant planet we know today. Our planet's story began billions of years ago, in the swirling chaos of the early solar system. From a cloud of dust and gas, gravity sculpted a world that would eventually become our home. It was born with fire and chaos. Volcanic eruptions painted the landscape in molten rock, and meteor showers relentlessly bombarded the surface. We'll travel back in time on an incredible journey through the eons to see mountains rise, sculpted by the immense power of tectonic forces, pushing and grinding against each other over millions of years. Oceans form, filling vast basins with primordial waters, the cradle of life itself, and life begin. From simple, single-celled organisms, life emerged from the depths, forever changing the course of our planet's history. Tiny living things will change the world, transforming the atmosphere and paving the way for more complex life forms to evolve. And great animals will come and go. Dinosaurs will roam the earth, only to vanish in a cataclysmic event, leaving behind fossilized clues to their existence. This is an epic journey of survival and change, a constant dance of adaptation and extinction, driven by the relentless forces of natural selection. Imagine a book where each page is a million years, a vast chronicle etched in stone and time. Our story is just a few pages, a fleeting moment in geological time, but they're the most important, for they hold the key to our future. We'll see how life began, in the primordial soup, a bubbling cauldron of chemicals and energy, grew strong, adapting to ever-changing environments, and how humans finally appeared, the latest chapter in this ongoing saga. This is the story of our home, a planet unlike any other, a place of breathtaking beauty and unparalleled diversity. The rocks, air, water, and life, the fundamental elements that shape our world, all work together in a delicate dance, a complex web of interactions that sustains all living things. Sometimes slow, like the gradual erosion of mountains, sometimes violent, like volcanic eruptions and earthquakes, but always changing, always evolving. Understanding this story helps us see our place on Earth, our connection to the past, and our responsibility to the future. Let's begin our journey and discover the incredible story of our planet. Let's embark on a journey back in time to the very genesis of our world. We're going to rewind the clock billions of years to an era almost unimaginable in its scale and intensity. Prepare to witness the birth of Earth. 4.5 billion years ago, the solar system was a very different place than what we know today. It was a swirling, chaotic expanse of cosmic dust and nascent energy. In this vast, formless void, there was only a giant cloud of dust and gas, the raw ingredients of planets and stars. This cloud, a nebula of unimaginable size, held the promise of worlds to come. Gravity, the architect of the cosmos, began to exert its influence, pulling the cloud together. As the cloud contracted, it spun faster and faster, and in the very center, under immense pressure and heat, our sun was born, igniting the solar system with its radiant light. Around the sun, in the swirling disk of leftover material, dust and rock began a cosmic dance of collision and accretion. These were the building blocks of planets, the seeds of future worlds. Through countless impacts and mergers, these particles coalesced, gradually forming planetesimals, tiny planets, the precursors to the worlds we know today. Among these nascent worlds, Earth began as a hot, molten ball of rock, a fiery sphere forged in the crucible of the early solar system. In its infancy, Earth was a desolate and inhospitable place, with no air or water, only a seething ocean of magma. Space was a chaotic shooting gallery, a cosmic demolition derby where collisions were commonplace and the young planets were constantly bombarded. Relentlessly, asteroids crashed into the young Earth, delivering both destruction and the very building blocks of future life. Each impact added to the planet's mass and energy, making it even hotter and more volatile. Volcanoes erupted everywhere, spewing forth molten rock and noxious gases into the void. These volcanoes were not just destructive forces, they were also instrumental in creating Earth's early atmosphere, pouring out lava and gases that would eventually form the air we breathe. Slowly, over eons, Earth began to cool, its molten surface gradually solidifying into a rocky crust. Then, in a cataclysmic event that would forever alter Earth's destiny. A Mars-sized object, often referred to as Theia, struck Earth in a massive, glancing collision. The force of the impact was so immense that it ejected vast amounts of debris into space, forming a ring of dust and rock around Earth. Over countless millennia, gravity sculpted this ring, drawing the debris together to form a single celestial body, our moon. The moon has circled Earth ever since, a silent witness to our planet's long and turbulent history. Its presence has been crucial, shaping tides and stabilizing our planet's axial tilt, creating a more predictable and habitable environment. From chaos and fire, from collision and accretion, Earth and its moon were born, a testament to the power and violence of the early solar system. The stage was set, the players were in place, and the foundations were laid for the next chapter in Earth's epic story. Let's delve deeper and see what happened next, as Earth continued its transformation from a molten wasteland to a world teeming with life. After the moon formed, Earth cooled further. Volcanoes released gases, creating a thick, toxic atmosphere. Water trapped in rocks and delivered by icy comets began to collect. As Earth cooled, rain fell for centuries, filling low places and forming the first oceans. These warm, ancient seas held a secret, the spark of life. About 4 billion years ago, the first life appeared, tiny, single-celled bacteria. They survived in harsh conditions, using chemicals for energy. Oxygen was poison to them. They thrived without it. For nearly 2 billion years, these bacteria were the only life on Earth. Alone in vast, silent oceans, they set the stage for everything to come. The world was quiet, but change was brewing. Life was about to transform the planet. The next chapter would bring a revolution. Let's see how life changed the world. The story continues. For millions of years, life on Earth existed in a relatively simple state. The planet was a very different place back then, with an atmosphere and oceans that would be unrecognizable to us today. Life stayed simple. Tiny bacteria dominated the oceans. These single-celled organisms were the foundation of the entire biosphere, quietly carrying out their existence in a world without much change. They were the only players in a very slow, very ancient game. Then, a revolutionary new life form evolved, cyanobacteria. These microscopic organisms possessed a unique ability that would forever alter the course of life on Earth. They were able to use sunlight for food through photosynthesis, a process that would not only sustain them but also inadvertently change the entire planet. This process released oxygen as a waste product, a substance that was initially toxic to most of the life on Earth at the time. Little did these tiny organisms know, they were setting the stage for a massive transformation. At first, the oxygen reacted with iron in the oceans, a readily available element that absorbed the excess oxygen. This created rusty layers in ancient rocks known as banded iron formations, which serve as a lasting testament to this period of intense chemical activity. These formations are like geological time capsules, preserving the evidence of this pivotal moment in Earth's history. But cyanobacteria kept producing oxygen, relentlessly pumping out this waste product into the surrounding environment. And eventually it began to fill the water and air, slowly but surely changing the composition of the planet's atmosphere. The oxygen levels began to rise, creating a new world order. This was the Great Oxygenation Event, a period of profound change that would reshape the destiny of life on Earth. It was a turning point, a moment when the planet began to transition into the world we know today. For many old bacteria, oxygen was deadly, a poison that their bodies were not equipped to handle. This caused a mass extinction, wiping out many of the ancient life forms that had previously dominated the planet. It was a harsh and unforgiving transition, but for new life, oxygen was a game changer, an opportunity to evolve and thrive in ways that were never before possible. It allowed for more energy and complexity, paving the way for the evolution of more advanced and intricate life forms. The atmosphere slowly transformed, becoming richer in oxygen and creating a more hospitable environment for these new forms of life. This made Earth ready for new forms of life, setting the stage for the emergence of more complex organisms and ecosystems. Oxygen opened the door to animals, creatures that could harness the power of oxygen to fuel their active lifestyles, and plants, organisms that would further enrich the atmosphere with oxygen and provide food for the growing animal kingdom. The world would never be the same. The Great Oxygenation Event had irrevocably altered the course of life on Earth. Life was about to burst forth in new ways, diversifying and evolving at an unprecedented rate. The stage was set for an explosion of diversity, a period of rapid evolution that would give rise to the incredible variety of life we see on Earth today. Let's dive into the Cambrian Wonder, a period of remarkable evolutionary innovation that would forever change the face of life on Earth. The adventure continues as we explore the wonders of the Cambrian period and the incredible diversity of life that emerged during this transformative era. After oxygen filled the air, life became more complex. A protective ozone layer formed, shielding Earth from harmful rays. Cells began working together, and the first simple animals appeared in the oceans. Then came the Cambrian explosion, about 540 million years ago. Suddenly life diversified. Animals grew shells, legs, and eyes. Many animal groups we know today first appeared. The Cambrian seas teemed with strange creatures, trilobites, hunters, and oddities with spines and eyes. It was nature's grand experiment, all underwater. This was the beginning of complex animal life. The journey of life was just getting started. For billions of years, life stayed in the water. The land was empty, just rocks and dust. Algae and simple plants thrived in the oceans using sunlight for food. Some green algae began to survive near the shore. About 470 million years ago, the first true plants conquered land, small, moss-like pioneers. Their roots broke rocks and created the first soil, paving the way for bigger plants. Ferns grew tall, forming the first forests and producing more oxygen. Soon, animals followed. First insects and spiders, then giant dragonflies, thanks to rich oxygen. Fish diversified in the seas, and some developed strong fins, the first steps toward walking on land. The age of fishes had begun. Life was spreading everywhere. The land was coming alive. The next chapter, giants would rule. After plants and insects came to land, four-legged animals, amphibians, appeared. Reptiles evolved from amphibians, laying hard-shelled eggs and spreading across the continents. About 250 million years ago, a massive extinction wiped out most life. But life bounced back, and dinosaurs emerged. Dinosaurs ruled for over 150 million years, growing into giants and fierce predators. Some evolved feathers and became birds. Mammals existed too, but stayed small, living in the shadows. The world was lush and warm, with dinosaurs on every continent. It seemed they would rule forever. But 66 million years ago, a huge asteroid struck Earth. The age of dinosaurs ended in an instant. Only birds survived. The world was ready for a new chapter. Mammals would rise. The asteroid impact brought darkness and cold, wiping out the dinosaurs. Some small animals survived. Mammals, our ancestors. With dinosaurs gone, mammals diversified and grew larger. Some returned to water, like whales. Others learned to fly, like bats. On land, primates evolved, grasping hands, forward-facing eyes. Millions of years ago in Africa, some primates began walking on two legs. These early hominins used tools and fire, and their brains grew larger. Over time, different hominins appeared and vanished, facing climate changes and ice ages. Huge ice sheets covered much of Earth, forcing adaptation. Our ancestors learned to survive the cold with better tools and clothes. The world was changing, and so were we. The stage was set for modern humans. The journey of humanity was about to begin. From survival to innovation, our story was just starting. Let's see how we shaped the world. Finally, Homo sapiens appeared about 300,000 years ago. We spread from Africa across the world, living as hunter-gatherers. About 10,000 years ago, we learned to farm. Agriculture changed everything. Villages grew into cities and civilizations rose. We invented writing, built wonders, and created art and music. Science and technology transformed our lives. The Industrial Revolution brought machines and rapid change. We learned to fly, reached space, and connected the world with the internet. Our population soared, and we became a powerful force on Earth. But our actions now threaten the planet. Climate change, extinctions, and pollution. Yet we have knowledge and technology to solve these problems. The story of Earth is still being written. We are the authors of the next chapter. The future of our blue planet is in our hands. What will we choose next?